Yes, I can hear you good. I had a little
Awesome.
bit of a little misstep there with a microphone. I was getting a little too fancy.
Fancy.
How are you?
I'm great. How are
I'm
you?
doing fantastic. So I want to introduce you because you do deserve an amazing introduction. I was just saying how I adore you. You are right here, in South Florida, and I just think everywhere. You're a news legend. I mean, Lynn Martinez. I mean, hello, South Florida, Lynn Martinez. It goes, one hand with the other. And she is a household name here in South Florida. You guys know her as an anchor on WSVN, which is our Fox affiliate station here locally in Miami. She is the co-host of Deco Drive, and I love Deco Drive because it gives me all that pop culture gossip, and she does some great stories. And she is just amazing in the newsroom. She's amazing in entertainment. But also, Lynn is a certified life coach. And that is part of her passion. She wants to empower you. She wants to give you a better life and let you see, the best of yourself. So she's amazing at that as well. If you don't follow Lynn, for those of you that don't live locally, definitely follow Lynn Martinez. She's right here with me. So further ado, Lynn, after that introduction,
You're sweet.
I asked you to join me. I have not done this IG series since last year, and it was a huge success. Thank you to the viewers and the followers. And I asked you, we talked about, so a little background, Lynn actually interviewed me for her podcast, which is amazing. Also subscribe to her podcast. I want to say maybe like almost 2 years
Yeah.
ago, and we've stayed in touch. So, and I love Lynn's posts because like I said, they're inspiring, but we're going to discuss something that is taking over everywhere. It's a phenomenon called the let them theory, and it is by Mel Robbins. And it is just, I thought it was a great topic to kick off this series with Lynn. And, kind of what is the let them theory? And Lynn and I talk about that. And again, if you have any questions, there's a little question button down there. Definitely, we can answer some questions if you want, because it's going to be a quick 30 minutes. But let's see, what is the let them theory? Do you want to take that, Lynn? Do you want me to take it? Yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on. This is a joy. I mean, I had you on my podcast to talk about dating.
Yeah.
My podcast, everybody's called Advice for Life with Lynn. It's
Yes.
really advice on how to have a better relationship with yourself and then with others.
Yes.
Realize how dirty my screen is. I have to wipe it off. It looks like I have like the Barbara Walters Vaseline lens. No, it's just dirty. Anyway, so yes, so Karen and I, we like vibe. We're vibing the same energy. So
Mm-hmm.
the let them theory,
Mm-hmm.
it to me,
Mm-hmm.
let me back up. I've had like, I don't know, 28 years of therapy. I'm still in a called spiritual group therapy course class every week
Yeah.
just to keep me on my toes. But basically, I feel like what Mel Robbins is saying is pretty much what a lot of gurus have been saying, but she's
Mm-hmm.
just saying it differently. And I like
Yeah.
how she like waters it down and dumps it down for the rest of
Yeah.
us. To
Yeah.
me, the let them theory is
Mm-hmm.
all about accepting.
Absolutely.
Accepting. When we don't accept
Yeah.
people, situations, whatever,
Yeah.
it leads to suffering. That's it. Eckhart Tolle said that
Yeah.
suffering is not accepting. And
Absolutely.
now and I'll just say one thing is like a Babylon Forever. This is your thing. I would like to, I wish you would have like an addendum, or maybe you could write a book, an addendum. Let them, let them, yes,
Yeah.
but then do you.
Absolutely.
We don't, just because we
So
let people, we accept people, doesn't mean we like them, or we agree with whatever they're doing, or they're our cup of
yes.
tea. We still gotta do us.
Absolutely. So it is. So part of the first half of this, just it is transformative. I have actually recommended this to a few of my clients, and I've recommended it to a friend that she was having a lot of issues with her marriage, and she was like, "Wow, Karen, this little book has transformed the way that I talk back to my partner." And it really has. It's wonderful. And it's not just for relationships. It could be with your children. It could be with friendships. It could be at job. It could be you just in the car, which aggravates you because the person in front of you, is driving like an idiot, for a lack of a better word.
Yeah.
But it's not just the let them theory where people are thinking that it's like you being passive aggressive or just passive and letting it, people walk all over you. This is also, so it's let them. So it's actually releasing the need to control them and convince or chase others or having them, do what you think is correct, what makes you feel good. It's allowing them to do it. But then the other half is let me, which is incredibly
Yes.
important. What actions you are going to take, it's not just because all this leads to stress. When like I have a relative who's incredibly negative, and I want to always say, why are you so negative? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? And I have found myself in the past doing that. And when the person argues, when she argues back with me, what happens? I get stressed. I get frustrated. I want, her to see that there's another way, other way of living, let go of
May
that.
I ask a question? So
Yeah.
why do you think what is going on in you when your relative is being negative? I know you want to fix her, change her, be more
Yeah.
positive, but what does that bring up in you when she's negative?
Oh my gosh, it stresses me out because I don't want her to see life like that. But you know what? That is her. And I have to come to accept that. But the other half is let me, okay. And I walk away from the situation to preserve my sanity and my peace, knowing I can't change that person. So it's part of that. So it's really not about, it's just about accepting who they are, putting up boundaries. And at the point, if you have to walk away for your own sanity. It's not, letting someone just steamroll over you. And
Correct.
this book has just amazing, insightful, different chapters that Mel Robbins has done just really a great job on this book. So, like it's also, your mindset shifts also in
Hmm.
certain things. Like sometimes you could be driving and the person in front of, like I said, is not driving, is driving like an idiot, or you're running late and they're going slow. Come on, come on, come on. You're not affecting them. You're affecting yourself. So you have to kind of like separate yourself, take a step back and let them drive that way. It's okay. Take a deep breath. Do not allow it to affect you, because really it's not going to change their life, but it's going to give you stress. It could, give you high blood pressure. I mean, there's just a million things on that. So it is a part of that. Or even like with relationships, it's very hard. That's very hard. Our partners being in the relationship, that's very
So
hard.
it's a
You tell
good
me,
one.
has that come across for you?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, I've been working on accepting for years. I'm a
Yeah.
recovering fixer. And while I'll own in my last marriage that I don't want to say it didn't work out, but it
Mhm.
ended after 20 years. I take responsibility. I did at the end is that I was always trying to fix him. And the implication of trying to fix somebody is
Mhm.
that you're wrong, you're broken, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
But the fixing came from my childhood. It was a coping mechanism I used
Yeah.
as a kid. Well,
Yeah.
which worked then, but now I'm a grown ass woman.
Yeah.
So I vowed when I got married again, I
Yeah.
was not going to fix. I mean, I'm like 90% cured
Mhm.
to the point where like, I mean, my husband will, I mean, have a medical issue, and I
Mhm.
really want to start nagging. Did you call the doctor? Did you do? And what I do is I take a breath now, because
Yes.
the only person I can control is myself,
Is
not
yourself.
even my kids.
Yeah.
So I take a breath and I watch myself, that witness. And I'm like, I notice I'm wanting to, well, and I ask myself, I take a second, what's going on with you? Well, I'm worried that he might be sick and not get good care. Well, what does that say about you? Well, I'm worried that I might have to take care of him. Okay, well, then you'll deal with that later. Or, you'll have to, God forbid, bury him. And I literally like, I bite my tongue because it's really none of my business. What is my business is my feelings. And I'll say, after I've taken a breath, I'm having some feelings about, calling the doctor, and I'm feeling like a little overwhelmed myself. Oh, I'm feeling me, with no intention on trying to fix him or change him.
Yes.
Let him
Him.
do him
Yeah.
and I do me. But I still got to say how I feel, but I got to do it cleanly,
Yeah.
not with manipulation, because a lot of us women, we're pretty good with
We're
manipulation.
very
I
good
am
with
a
that.
master at it.
I do
I like,
agree. Yeah.
I was just concerned that, I'm being over animated to make a point, but, I was just concerned, the doctor and hey, yeah, we can, next thing you know, he's doing what we want him to do. That's not,
Absolutely.
that's not authentic.
No,
That's,
and I think what the biggest thing about this is that a lot of people, and I have come to accept this now, like you said, we can state our feelings, we can state our boundaries and make a choice if those boundaries are crossed. But a lot of people and like we said, especially women, they'll say, this is the biggest thing. How do I change him? How do I change him? You cannot change no matter how much you try. You cannot change a person unless that person wants to change. After you've made your feelings known and your boundaries, that person on their own, like we said, let them, will take that step to cross over and either make the change or not. And I think the biggest part of accepting it is, and I'm sorry, I know you're
No,
about to say
no, no,
something,
no,
but
no.
the biggest part of accepting it is, which it does say this in the book. It's not like you tell them, this is what I'm feeling, and they're trying to make that change, and they may slip up because, we're creatures of habit. And it's easy. We even stuff that I've studied for years, you slip back
Mm.
and, then you catch yourself and then you have to get back yourself on track. But what I think the greatest thing about the book is that Mel talks about, give them like a timetable in your head. Give them from 3 to 6 months in order to you not accept that change, whether they want to change or not, if they're making that change on their own. And like you said, if it's something that is crossing your boundary, I'm not talking about, him leaving clothes on the floor and you want him to change and you're like, my marriage is over, this relationship is over because you're not picking up. It's something that's actually is not aligned with you and your sole purpose.
Exactly.
Oh, I think Lynn is frozen a little
Can you?
bit. I I see you.
Okay. All right, I'll keep
I
talking.
can hear
Okay. She talks about the let me as well.
you. Yeah.
So, my
Yes.
husband is, he likes things a certain way and likes to, I feel controlled and I cannot stand, I don't know anybody who likes to be controlled. He has to tell me what to do and how to do it and when to do it.
Yeah.
And so I have learned not to say, let me do it myself. I used to bark back. Don't tell me what to do, which is
Yeah.
kind of true.
Yeah.
I used to say, don't tell me what to do unless we're in bed. That was pretty funny. Um, right. But now I say, oh, I forget what he did the other day. It was something in the kitchen. He's like, you really should, whatever. I go, I'm doing it my way. And I wasn't pissed, but I'm like, I didn't say, let me, but that's really what I was saying. Let me. So, and,
Absolutely.
he was, we were good.
Hmm.
He's in a habit of trying to tell me what to do. And now I'm in a new habit of saying, let me.
Yes. Let me, and then you, like you said, you take control of the situation as to what you can only control yourself. And I think that is a huge thing. And listen, let's be honest, we're human. I slip back all the time. I gotta be like, hold up, this is not my place to put it. Whether it's my children, a partner, a friendship, a family
That's
member, you have to step
amazing that
back.
you own it.
Oh, absolutely. You have to step back. I mean, even last week, I had a very strong discussion with someone I love very much, and I had to step back after getting a little heated and step back and say, you know what? Let him, because if not, this is just going to get ruined, and be able to have that discussion and I'm not agree with it and hold my own boundaries and know what I stand for. And if they judge me for that, that's okay. Let them judge me.
Right.
It's not going to affect me. I know who I am. I know what I stand for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Good
Yeah. And that's the
stuff.
big thing. That's the big thing because a lot of people, I think when they hear about this let them concept, which is, oh, it's backwards. The let them concept is like, well, I don't want to just let it slide. I don't want to get steamrolled. It has nothing to do with that. It's just like also let them say no to you and don't have a fear, regarding
Right.
whatever it is, whether let's talk about dating, rejection. A lot of people, when they're rejected, they chase after the person even more. How can I prove
Mm,
myself? How am I worthy? Let them see that I'm worthy. But that's a
yeah.
bad situation.
Do you think
Absolutely.
that's just like an old habit?
I think it is,
Mhm.
and I think it's a lot of, you know, um, self-worth, not working on yourself and having that self-love.
Mhm.
And I don't think any of us, and if you do, I mean, praise to you and hallelujah. We're not all born with, you know, that self-love 100%. There's always insecurities, even growing up, and things as we grow up knocks us down a little
Yeah.
bit, which gives us, you think about yourself and you question yourself. But I think as an adult, you get to that healthy place and I'm huge on self-love. I always say, I don't care who talks about me, who judges
You
me,
are.
who says what
Good.
about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what? I know who I am. I think that's very important. A lot of people will say to me, oh, you don't care what people think? I'm like, I don't care what people think because at this point in my life, after working so hard, And I think you can relate to this because you've worked very hard on yourself. And I think the key is working hard on yourself is, I always say, I go, I don't care how people take it. I'm wildly in love with myself. I have the best love affair with myself,
That's
you
so
know?
healthy.
Yeah.
I still care. I mean, I do care what people think. I'm so much better. I mean, I hear when you get really old, you don't give a shit. I can't wait to get there. But then on the other hand, I don't. Like my husband and I went to Publix the other day. He's so funny. He's like, I can't believe we're wearing workout clothes going to Publix. I'm like, who gives a crap? I don't. I don't care if I'm.
Yeah.
But then the other things like on social media, I'm like, oh my God, I hope I look good in my workout video. You know, I wish I didn't care.
Yeah. But
But
it's
I think,
hard
Karen,
for you. It's hard for
it's
you.
hard
You're
for
a
all
public
of
figure.
us.
You're a public figure. It's
Yeah.
hard,
I
you know?
guess, but I think I'll speak for myself. You know, there is a level of a mask, you know, for
Yeah.
sure. So, but don't you think, Karen, that we also make up stories? Reason why I think sometimes we have difficulty letting people be,
Yeah.
is because we're like, oh my gosh, she didn't invite me to that party. She must not like me, or oh, he gave me a dirty look, and we make up all these stories. A guy didn't call me back. I must not be good enough.
Yes.
Well, maybe you are good enough. Like we make up all this shit.
Oh, yeah,
What
yeah,
can we
yeah.
do in the dating world to stop or to catch ourselves and let
I
them?
think you have to have that security of like, if it doesn't work out, do not be, guys or girls, don't be chasing that person. There's absolutely no reason. But again, it goes back to the self-worth. Let them reject you. Let them not call you. Let them, not want to be with you. Because that's basically, I always say, what is that saying? A rejection is God's redirection, So, I mean, I truly believe in that, and it just gets you closer. And you make up that story. Oh, was I not good on the date? Did he not like
Right.
me? I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of it. I'm like, you don't want me next. And I
Mm.
just move on. And I'm like that in friendships. I don't know. I always say if it's an Aquarius thing, I have like this little thing that I can just detach from a.
Oh, you're an Aquarian woman. Yeah, man. You guys don't give a hoot.
Yeah,
That's nice.
I'm Aquarius with rising Capricorn with Virgo moon. So I got the
Oh.
three. They just need to throw a Scorpio in there for me. I
What
got them
does
all.
what does the Capricorn and the Virgo do for you?
All of the Capricorn is also like, I don't care. They're also, the Aquarius is just detachment. A Capricorn is, I don't care. And a Virgo is, I don't give an F.
I'm Virgo. It's funny.
And yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, yes. And we're very set in those ways. And it's so funny because I will say, oh yeah, that's my Capricorn coming out. But
The
being like
gift.
I'm not gray. I'm black or white. I either love you and I'm loyal till death, or I don't give an F and I'll detach myself within 3 seconds. My own kids say, Mom, you can just detach yourself from things. I said, you know what? It preserves my peace. And
Yeah.
yeah, and
You're
actually,
accepting, you're
yes,
letting them, and you're
letting
letting
them
you.
and letting me, and actually
Mm.
in because I do believe in therapy and I do believe in taking courses and self growth and evolving, even to now that I've been all these years doing that. And I actually brought that up to a spiritual teacher, and they actually said to me, you know what? I said, I want to work on that. I don't think that's good. I thought it wasn't healthy. And he
Oh,
said to me, actually, it's super healthy. You've probably saved yourself from a lot of situations because you were able to have that self-worth inside. And I was like, okay, great, fantastic.
where did you learn that?
Where did I learn what to detach?
Yeah, all that. You were just born that way?
I was
Wow.
I
That's a
I was
gift.
born that way, and then as an adult working on
Yeah.
myself, I was like, no. And I'm also, which is again, is let them, if they don't give me, the same reciprocal love, energy, you're gonna get it right back. I'm not, again, now let me. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
chase you. I'm not gonna go after you. I'm not gonna go after the love, the friendship. If you're disturbing my peace, I'm done, But it's taken a lot to get there. And I really think that those of you, if you have not read this book, The Let Them Theory, it is life changing. It is on the New York Times bestseller. Believe me, it is going to help you, even if you don't follow every single
If you don't
thing. And remember,
want to buy the book, she has a good podcast
oh,
with her
yeah.
daughter that's
Yes.
free.
Yes.
Make sure you have the Let Them podcast. I don't forget what it's called, but like Let Them Theory with her daughter.
Yeah.
And it's like an hour. It's a little lengthy, like an hour and 15, but you get the
Mhm.
whole book. It's
Mhm.
phenomenal because her daughter went through a breakup and she used
Yes.
the Let Them Theory, and then the mom, Mel, was trying to fix her. And the daughter's like,
Yes.
let me be, let
Yes.
me, yeah, it's a
Yes.
great book. Great way of packaging it and helping us
Oh,
understand acceptance.
absolutely. And even just in the dating is like, if let them not love me the way I deserve and let me love myself fully. That is
Yes.
that is so important. You have to commit to loving yourself unconditionally. Again, relationship, friendships, even in the workplace, because workplaces can be toxic
Oh,
as well.
yes,
I mean,
for
especially we're in
sure.
this business and this is a highly toxic,
Yes.
turning business, and you have to really have some thick skin, even from the work environment to even, like we said, the comments is hard being a public figure. You could have put a new eyeshadow color and you'll get 12
Oh,
messages
yeah. You don't look good
crucifying
in
you.
dark lipstick. You should
And all of a
stop
sudden,
doing
oh,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't look good. Oh my God.
Right. Oh,
You
I've
gotta let
been
it go.
there.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. So it's very hard, and so and I think people like us that were the public eye, public figures, we have that thick skin. So imagine for someone who doesn't have that thick skin.
Mine's medium thickness.
Yeah,
But yes, I do understand.
yeah,
Again, if somebody tells me I make up a story.
yeah.
If
Oh,
somebody
we're
says,
good at
"Oh,
stories.
don't
Women
wear
are
that.
good
That
at
doesn't
stories.
look good on you." Yes, I'm like, "Oh, I'm ugly. I'm not good enough, or I'm washed up, or I'm not as pretty as so and so." My mind goes
Yeah,
crazy. And I have to
yes,
remind myself, that's them. Really, it's nothing to do with me.
yeah,
And then I go, "Do I need to wear lighter lipstick?" I try to like try to take criticism, and I overanalyze it too much. The Virgo, I'm
yeah,
like, is there anything I can learn from this? Can I be better? Sometimes it's just a
yeah,
projection. It has nothing to do with you.
yes. Oh,
Probably most of the time.
absolutely. And I always say it's just like on my Instagram, I'm a little, you know, my Instagram, yes, it has personal things, but a lot of the things that I do, like the reels, have nothing to do with my life. And I'm just trying to make a statement. But I'm
Yes,
sarcastic about it. I'm
they're
either
so cute.
sarcastic.
Yeah, I love it when you involve your family too. Oh my God,
Oh my God, they're the
the
best.
kids. Yeah, they play along. They're
Yeah,
so
oh, they
cute.
play along. My kids, nieces, nephews, they love it. They love to get in on that. But even that, like, I'll have people like, write me like, "Oh, aren't you? It's not age appropriate, or are you, a little too old for this?" No, I really don't care. I'm gonna put up what I want to put up. I'm making a point, whether the person gets the message, and I do it on a sarcastic level. And it's funny because I've worked with some other, like, collaborated with dating coaches, and they're like so serious on their stuff, and it's great. And they're like, "Oh, but I love what you do because you're kind of sarcastic." And then, like, in the message, I'll put what it really is, because it's kind of like a shock and awe thing. I think that it's unfortunately the public likes a little negativity, so you have to
Well,
reel them
you
in to
put
make the
out
point.
yourself, and you're going to
Yeah.
attract the people who like that.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
some haters want to hate Taylor, and yes, we understand that. But yeah,
Absolutely, yes. And I think at the end of the day, what we really need to do, and what this let them theory and then let me really is about, breaking free from the need of validation, and
from
which
others. Yeah.
it's you have to reclaim your own power. Um, absolutely, you have to really your own confident, your boundaries. I am huge on boundaries. I am. My children know, my family knows, people I date know. I mean, they just know if they're in a relationship with me, they know boundaries is like with a capital B for me. And people will try to cross those boundaries. And as my Virgo, I'm a stickler for boundaries. I will not let them cross. And that is very hard. But again, it comes with reading books like this,
Yeah.
go
Yes.
being into therapy, going to different different conferences. So it's really just important, to be able to have that, so I want to know, with you reading this book,
Hmm.
what was the game changer for you in this book?
There really was no game changer, but I guess what the epiphany was, um, she said everything I already
Mm-hmm.
know, but she said it in a different way, and I just took it as the universe reminding me girl, you need to work on, you're doing
Yeah.
great, but you need to keep working on accepting
Mhm.
more, not just let them, let me. I'm
That's
really,
important.
it just reminded me, yeah, that again, acceptance leads to joy.
Yeah.
Trying to change people leads to suffering, not accepting. And I need to just let myself be me
Yes.
and not pleasing others and telling people what they want to hear and doing things I don't want to do.
Yes.
I don't want to do.
Oh, I'm huge on that. If I don't want to do it, you don't do it. You don't
Yeah,
do
we
it.
need to
I don't get.
hang out more because I've just started not doing things I don't want to do.
Oh no, Lynn, we're gonna have a conversation. We're
Yeah,
gonna go have coffee because
yeah. I'm
yeah,
again. I'm a former, well, recovering pleaser,
yeah.
and that's
I've
not
never been a
letting me be
pleaser.
me. So, what about you? What was the?
I
But
think the takeaway from this for me was I always want to see people grow. I want to see them evolve. And that's the
mm,
fixer part in me that I've had to fix within me, not to try to fix them, whether it's my children, whether it's my romantic relationship, whether it's my family, um, and accept if they don't want to change, if they don't take that step to change,
mhm.
let them stay stuck. Allow me to keep growing myself, know that I'm going to continue growing and continue on my path. I think that was the biggest game changer for me because I want to see everyone evolve. I want to see everyone happy. I want to see people grow. I don't want them to see them suck because I'm a person that likes growth. I want to see people better.
And I understand there's somebody very close to me who's going through some stuff.
Mhm.
And I understand where you're coming from, especially it's almost like you're in math class
Yes.
and you get the answer. Like
Yes.
you're in basic math and but you can think, geometry, advanced geometry level or whatever. Um, and you have the answer and you're just dying to tell somebody the answer. I know the answer. And I'm dying to tell this person who's very close to me the answer, which I have. I've given little drops of answers, but I'm like, Lynn,
Yeah.
shut the hell up.
Hmm.
It's none of your business.
Yeah.
This is their path,
Yeah.
to use the overused word journey.
Yeah.
And you must come from this, I don't know, egoic place where you're like, oh, I'm going to spare this person all this. I mean, people try to tell me I got married at 21.
Wow.
I got married at 21. And there was nobody was going to stop me.
Yeah.
And I needed to experience that suffering.
Yeah.
I needed to let me to evolve into the woman I am today. So it's
Yes.
hard when you're on the sidelines and you want to help people you care
Oh,
about. And you have
absolutely.
the answer.
Yes. And you
But
can't give it to them because you gotta let them
right.
and let you.
It's
Yes,
true.
it
It's
is.
true.
It is. Yes. Well, we are at the end of the half hour, Lynn. Thank you so much. Definitely love. We have got to do coffee. We've got to because I think we'll have like a 4 hour coffee session between you and I.
Seriously, seriously, you're so wise, and I just love how
Oh, same
you
exact fact.
just you're in the dating scene, you're helping, and that's you're a dating coach, so
Yes.
you want to help people
Yes.
feel good about themselves, find love, and it's hard. Coaches, we got to be careful not to be fixers and just
Absolutely.
allow. But you're such a breath of fresh air, and you're so freaking funny.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
your
Same back
humor's
out you. I
wonderful.
love you. Like I said, if you don't follow Lynn, please follow her. It's just Lynn Martinez 123 on Instagram. So please follow her. Sign up, subscribe. I was gonna say prescribe. Subscribe to
I'll
her
give you a
podcast.
prescription.
Advice with Lynn. She's
Thank
amazing.
you.
She is legendary here in South Florida.
Thank you,
And
Karen.
just for the final thought, Lynn, I mean, I think we can share this together simultaneously. The let them theory isn't about being passive. It's about redirecting energy towards your own happiness, growth, and success.
Fixing you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
We will be in touch. I want to
Thank
thank
you,
everyone
Karen.
that's joined. Yes, join Lynn and I. Join me next Wednesday. I have another special guest, and it's actually geared towards the men. So definitely tune in, guys.
Ooh,
Yes.
intriguing. Love
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Different
Thank you, Lynn. You had a
perspective.
long day. Love
Thank you.
you.
Love you
And go
too.
home to
Bye,
your husband.
everybody. Let them. Bye bye.